Works slow, Jimenez holding to the front, one-timer scores! Ryan Kinney on the one-timer puts it in the back of the net, 4-0 Wolfpack.
State setting it up, Banashevitz hanging on to it, dekes around his man, here he goes to the front, scores! Sam Banashevitz ties the hockey game, 1-1!
Banashevitz across Jimenez, one-timer, scores! Luis Jimenez finishes the play, NC State's up a deuce! Taken by Mitch Gallagher. To Lensmeyer, chance, scores! Ryan Lensmeyer, 3-1! Did you expect anything else?
Welcome into the Iceplex here, Raleigh, North Carolina. Ethan Berry alongside Zach Selwaye. Excuse me. We apologize for the late start here. A couple technical issues, but we are here as face-off approaches. NC State and Virginia Tech, as we mentioned, first game of the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. For both of these teams, and the first opportunity for points as we work towards the ACCHL tournament, which takes place in February in Charlottesville, Virginia. NC State and the Road Whites still haven't yet to see the home blacks for the Pack, and Virginia Tech is in the maroon. Banashevitz with an early shot on goal that's blocked. Koeklenberg fires it towards the net. A little backhander there. Goes wide. Banashevitz takes that one down low to Jimenez. He'll look for Eric Todd, the top line for the Pack, starting out with John Koeklenberg as he fires that one out of play. John Koeklenberg and Cam Mazikowski starting for the Pack on the blue line. Zach, 19:31, just 29 seconds into the game in the net for the Hokies.
Yeah, Cam Mazikowski is looking great this season so far. 3 goals so far, a 2-goal showing in this past pretty rough road trip for NC State. That was one bright spot, was Cam Mazikowski.
NC State wins the faceoff, as I was saying. Christian Sirocco inside to Banashevitz, and he just missed a goal there. Nice save, as I was saying. Christian Sirocco with a big save early as Jimenez works back the other way with Banashevitz. They've got a 2-on-2 here. Banashevitz was offsides. Christian Sirocco in net, as I've been trying to say. In net for the Hokies, allowing 5.47 goals against per game, an .881 save percentage. Joey Hall in net for the Wolfpack.
4.5 goals against average, and a save percentage of around .870, which isn't too good. So tonight we're expecting him to have a great game to try and win this game for NC State. Should be a good game tonight for him.
Josh Cannon played on the road trip, and we're going to have a penalty already, I do believe. Josh Cannon played last weekend. He played one game, and that was an NC State loss, as we mentioned. Not a great weekend for NC State, but teams like Millersville and George Washington, playing those teams early in the year is how you get better. So nothing too alarming, but certainly you like to win every game. But
yeah, Coach Gazzillo said if this team wants to win games, they're going to have to start completing these opportunities. So that's one thing we're going to be looking for today.
Real choppy start as that one goes out of play. Looked like that was number 3, Grant Phillips, who fired that shot that was deflected. Mason Wildgrub is taking this face-off. He's Virginia Tech's leading goal scorer with 2 goals. They don't have anybody else who has more than 1. Only 5 goals through 3 games for the Hokies. As I mentioned, it's tough to know if those struggles offensively will continue or if it's just because they're playing such good teams. NC State works this one ahead. There's Ryan Kinney working it into the offensive zone. Trevor Merchant can't get a handle on that one as Ellis Rushford works there. He'll send it back in.
I want to take a quick look here at the speed of both of these teams. They're both very small teams, so speed's a big factor, and they're utilizing that so far pretty well.
Kinney heading back the other way. He'll flip it ahead. Virginia Tech takes over. Nice hit there from Trevor Merchant. Chris Wing fires it back in. As NC State changes again. A real choppy start here, 2 minutes into the game. NC State fires it back into the zone. Virginia Tech will take it back. There's Hayden Dewey working hard. He'll lose control. Send it back out. There's Ian O'Rourke wearing number 5 tonight. Back to Chris Wing, back over to O'Rourke. His pass looking for Andrew Kristoff is deflected and taken by Virginia Tech. Nice play there from Chris Wing to take the puck away. Looked like that was O'Rourke who lost his footing, and Virginia Tech will take over. Nothing much you can do that one. Just like looked like O'Rourke slipped on the ice, and it's a sloppy play, but there's nothing really you can do about that. Excuse me, as Dewey works ahead. Kristoff over to get that one. He gets knocked down on a big hit. Michael Roberts in there for the Hokies, and another stoppage of play.
So far, a decent start for NC State, but also a decent start for Virginia Tech as well. Good pressure on both sides of the ice right now, going through the neutral zone and both offensive and defensive ends. But one player I'm really liking right now is, of course, Andrew Kristoff. He's a really solid guy under the stats, and I think he's going to have a great night tonight. But all around, good start from both teams.
Andrew Kristoff is one of those players who you always want to have on your team. He's not going to get a lot of the headlines, and he's not going to score a bunch of goals, but you're always a better team when he's on the ice, as Mazikowski fires that one in and Virginia Tech takes over. They work the other way into the zone. 1-on-3. Good defense there from NC State. Eric Johnston right there. Shot fired on net. It wasn't really fired. It just little wrap around there in the center of the ice. Joey Hall swiped it aside, and NC State works ahead. There's Cam Mazikowski. He centers it, and that's not going to get through. Virginia Tech takes it the other way. Cam Mazikowski, another guy who's off to a really good start for NC State, as that shot is fired in and held. Luke Slater with that shot on goal, and an easy save for Joey Hall. Cam Mazikowski, as I said, 3 goals early on in the season, and one of those coming on the power play. That's some good offense from NC State from the blue line.
Especially talking about that, he's a 6'4" guy. He's automatically going to be one of your better players on this team, and having 3 goals and leading the team in that department is going to be crucial, especially going into this tournament.
NC State working ahead. There's Luis Jimenez. His shot on goal was swallowed in, by Sirocco.
And I think we talk a lot about goals and points, but we also think about assists. Luis Jimenez right now leads the team with 4 assists. He's establishing himself as that leader you want on your team and the guy you always want feeding the puck to you. That's going to be crucial for this tournament.
Tech wins the face-off there. NC State back into their own zone. Ellis Rushford looking ahead for Banishevitz. Here's a 1-on-2 opportunity, but he loses the puck. Shot in, and that one was deflected. Looked like that was number 19, Eric Todd, one of the new guys, and Sirocco's going to hold for the face-off there.
Beautiful stick work there by Eric Todd to work his way into the slot, deked around one of the Virginia Tech players trying to get into that open slot right there. Beautiful move and a beautiful opportunity.
NC State with a little bit of a jersey malfunction here early in the year. They don't have their black jerseys yet, which are typically the home jerseys, so players are switching uniforms around. Eric Todd wearing number 19 today.
Yeah, in club sports, usually the jerseys are a big factor. In many club sports, some teams don't even get their jerseys until 5 seconds before the game.
There's an icing, 15-18 to go here in the first period. All that to say that NC State's wearing white and some players are wearing different numbers today.
Ian O'Rourke tonight is wearing number 5 instead of number 28 tonight. It's just a little bit of a clarification. But besides that, most jerseys are the same.
Looked like that was Trevor Merchant who fired that one in off the face-off. Just wanted to give a little shout-out to our director, Ojan Manaza, working hard. We had a little bit of a technological issues, which happens in the year 2017. We still have technological issues every day. Another shot on net. Couldn't tell who that was, but Sirocco's been busy here early.
That was a nice shot there by Alfonzetti. but also a great job by Trevor Merchant, who has 2 goals on this season. Pretty good job from him as well.
Lots of time in the offensive zone for NC State. This won't be some of it as they work in the neutral zone. Chris Swing back there. There's Merchant working alongside Alfonzetti. Ryan Kinney also on that second line, which is going to be important for NC State as the season moves forward. Virginia Tech working in the offensive zone, and we've got a whistle.
I believe that was an offside call. I'm not sure on who, but nonetheless, taking a look at Virginia Tech right now, they're getting a lot of fresh bodies on the ice, a nice complete bench. You know, me and Ethan, we were watching the Duke game before this, and there was only 8 dressed players for Duke.
Including a backup goalie. So they basically were running a 7-man team. And it showed as they lost, I believe, 7-0 here earlier. Alfonzetti works ahead. He'll find Kinney. He lets that one get down into the corner, centering pass off the back of the goal. Virginia Tech working back around, and they'll take it up. Chris Wing may have gotten away with a trip there. NC State will take it and work the other way. There's Kinney. He finds Merchant. He'll give it right back to the Hokies as they work the other way. Into the corner, a little backhand. That's swept aside by Joey Hall. Virginia Tech will keep possession, working in the corner. Physical play there from Ian O'Rourke. Virginia Tech still gets it. Nice stick work from Joey Hall to knock the puck loose. And Trevor Merchant is going to take that one for NC State and look to gain possession. Over to O'Rourke. He lets that one get away, so Virginia Tech's going to keep possession. Centering pass. That was dangerous for the Wolfpack as Kinney works the other way. Luckily, nobody was home. NC State got away. A little sloppy play there in the defensive zone.
Yeah, possession game so far has been pretty weak for NC State, and Coach Gazzillo talked a lot about.
Turnover there from Linsmeyer. He sweeps it wide. Virginia Tech, another physical play there as Cam Mazikowski keeps it in and knocks down. Looked like that was number 21.
Yeah, Coach Gazzillo was talking a lot before this game about completing those opportunities and making more opportunities. NC State, with all these giveaways, is not allowing for those opportunities to happen.
NC State with possession here, fired it on net. That was Dewey right there in the middle of the play, centering pass back out to Koeklenberg. He sends it on net as NC State has Ryan Linsmeyer, who appears to be hurt, and he is able to make it to the bench, but we have a whistle.
Yeah, we hope that injury for Ryan Linsmeyer doesn't last too long. He's an effective piece for this team, a goal and 2 assists, 3 points in 3 games so far this season.
Looks like Andrew Kristoff is going to take a seat for the Pack. As you mentioned, discipline has been an issue. 12:57 to go here. Virginia Tech will have the first power play of the game. Not sure what the penalty was, but NC State took a penalty while in the offensive zone, which is obviously something you never want to do. Virginia Tech will take possession out of the face-off, working slowly down low. There's Ellis Rushford on the defense. Rushford and Davis Hudson are the defensive pair for the Pack, along with Eric Johnston and Matt Costigan. Costigan takes that one, unable to get it out of the zone. Virginia Tech working along the far boards. Up top, loses control momentarily, gets it back over to the corner. Pass across, shot high, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, that was some bad defense right there, but NC State left that zone wide open there. What a shot from the captain of Virginia Tech, Patrick McKierman. All in all, NC State special teams have been good, but right there, that was a weak link.
Stephen Gerke, I believe, fired that one high. It was a good opportunity, just 35-foot shot, and he just sent it a little high. 1:20 remaining on the penalty. Trevor Merchant for the Pack to take the face-off. Virginia Tech wins that one. They've been winning the majority of the face-offs here as NC State sends that one back down. I believe that's Ellis Rushford who sent it down the ice. Not a huge crowd tonight, Friday at 7 o'clock. Usually we see a lot more. But I do believe that NC State being on fall break probably played a pretty big role in the size of the crowd. Still a decent crowd. Physical play down low from Virginia Tech, but the puck is sent down. That was number 5, Andrew Link, who made his presence felt behind the net. 42 seconds to go here in the power play. Grant Phillips working ahead down the left side. He goes behind the net. Looking, surveying. He'll send it back out top. Back to Phillips. Centering pass. Shot wide. Not wide, excuse me. Hall blocked that one. And rebound was left wide open, and Virginia Tech couldn't put it away. Another shot, and Hall snags that one.
Oh.
Prime opportunity there for the Hokies, and they're unable to put it away. Hall made the save. I said it went wide. It was actually a save off of his blocker, and it went right to the Hokie player. I couldn't tell who it went to.
I like the pressure NC State has right now, pushing Virginia Tech to the edges of Virginia Tech's offensive zone. But Virginia Tech has some beautiful passing going on right now, especially to get to those open lanes. It's really driving NC State insane, and you can see it on the ice right now.
NC State going with Jimenez and Banashevitz here for the final 15 seconds of the penalty on Kristoff. Chris Wing fires that one all the way down. 9 seconds to go, and that'll pretty much wrap up the penalty. Ian O'Rourke and Chris Wing alongside Jimenez and Banashevitz. Kristoff out of the box as Virginia Tech works the other way. Nice defensive play there from the pack as Kristoff works ahead. That's actually Eric Todd. Here comes Jimenez, fires, and just blocked. Excellent play from the Hokie goalie as he snags that one from Jimenez. Prime opportunity there from Luis Jimenez, and Christian Sirocco with 2 phenomenal saves to keep this game scoreless. 10:36 to go in the first period.
I'm liking Sirocco's game so far. He looks like a very big goaltender. Even though he is only 5'10", he makes his presence in the net look very well known. Nice glove save overall right there.
I was expecting to see Kristoff, but it looked like Kristoff went to the bench and Todd came out right as the play started, as Chris Wayne gives that one away. Virginia Tech works the other way. Opportunity for a 3-on-2 here. Centering pass. There's going to be a shot on goal. Joey Hall catches that one. Been a pretty balanced first half of the first period here as Virginia Tech. NC State got off to a fast start with some shots on goal. Virginia Tech has controlled the pace of play since the Kristoff penalty.
No team right now has a clear advantage, but we will expect it to change very soon.
Koeklenberg behind the net. There's Banashevitz. Him and Luis Jimenez, as usual, the leaders of the team. Centering pass from Jimenez is blocked. Todd sends it back in, and that's going to get out of the zone. Banashevitz will take over. Banashevitz and Luis Jimenez, 5 points each. Banashevitz has 2 goals and 3 assists. Luis Jimenez has a goal and 4 assists. Banashevitz works behind the net, and that one's blocked, and they score on a rebound. Eric Todd put that one away. There's going to be an assist for Banashevitz, who went for the wraparound opportunity, got the puck right back, went to Luis Jimenez, who shot it on goal, and the rebound went right to Eric Todd.
Look at all that silk right there by the NC State first line. Absolutely unbelievable rebound control by that NC State offense. Beautiful shot there by Jimenez. Nice wraparound there by Banashevitz, and an unbelievable wraparound there.
Eric Todd with his 2nd goal of the season. And the NC State top line does it again. As we mentioned, they're the leaders of the team, and they're going to be the ones expected to carry the scoring load. And they do so right there to give NC State a 1-0 lead with 9:40 to go here in the first period. Tech working in the defensive zone. They're going to look to take it out here, and they do. Working across. Shot on goal. Hall sends it wide. Centering pass there. This is number 25, Tyler Foltz, who has 1 goal on the season. NC State will take it the other way. There's John Koeklenberg. That's a big dude. He sends it in. Whiffed on the shot was Tyler Alfonzetti off of the rebound. A little physical action here from John Koeklenberg. He is not pleased. That is not somebody that I would want to not be pleased with me.
No, not at all. But NC State's going to have their first opportunity to go on the power play. Unless,
Yeah, Koeklenberg is not happy.
is Koeklenberg going to the box or is he just going to the bench?
Looks like he's going to the box. So that's going to be matching penalties. Looks like we're actually going to get a 4-on-3 potentially, or matching majors.
No, it'll still be, it looks like it's going to be a regular 5-on-4 or...
Going to look to sort things out here. Well, we do know John Koeklenberg is in the box for NC State, and he was mad. He was not happy at all after that.
Yeah, after the play right there, if you didn't see. So what happened was he went into the boards, got checked down, and then there was a little bit more pressure there from the Virginia Tech team right there, and they kind of pushed him down, made him a bit angry. Now, lashing out like that probably wasn't the best decision, but still, that was a frustrating move right there by Virginia Tech. You're not supposed to do that. As the NC State fans would say at the football games, you can't do that.
So it looks like we're going to get 4-on-4 action, actually. So it looks like Koeklenberg's actions may have wiped the penalty off the board, as he mentioned. That play actually resulted in a good opportunity. Tyler Alfonsetti was unable to finish. Koeklenberg worked behind the net and sent it in. It was actually a shot, and he wasn't able to finish it. Neither was Alfonsetti. Davis Hudson sends that one in. It's kicked aside. NC State back into their own zone. That's going to be icing. So matching penalties, I do believe. Both are 2 minutes.
Yeah, overall, just continued solid play by NC State. They're finally connecting on their passes, finally creating more scoring chances, and that's going to be crucial for this game going forward. We're past the halfway mark of the period, and so far there's been no advantage, but NC State looks to be taking that advantage right now.
Tech wins that face-off. Ellis Rushford will catch it like a pop-up in baseball and work ahead. Good speed from Rushford there. Oh, huge hit from Ellis Rushford. Centering passes. Going to go all the way back out, but that was a huge hit from Ellis Rushford, who's somebody that you like a lot.
Another reason why I love that kid, not only is he physical, he's a very silky guy. Reminds me a lot of Eric Carlson, and from the Ottawa Senators, a captain and a long-time NHL All-Star. The dude's just really good out there.
Virginia Tech works ahead. There's a shot off the boards, and Virginia Tech almost got an opportunity out of that. Sent back into the corner. That shot's blocked. Alfonsetti takes it ahead. Less than a minute to go on the 4-on-4. Pass is deflected up in the air. Alfonsetti will be back to get it. There's Hudson. He'll work back into the NC State zone, and we've got a little bit of a cluster over there by the NC State bench. Not great spacing there, but Ellis Rushford takes it up anyway. Another physical play there from Rushford. He just looks like he's here to hit somebody. Honestly, you can't really blame him. Virginia Tech will work the other way. They lose the puck, and it stops there on the blue line. Sent behind the net. There's number 9 for Virginia Tech, and we're going to have another penalty. Number 9 is Patrick McKiernan for the Hokies.
Quick correction here, there's actually Stephen Gerke going to the box right now for the Virginia Tech Hokies, I believe their team name is.
McKiernan is the captain for Virginia Tech. Doesn't have a point yet this year. He's, as you mentioned, Gerke's going to take a seat, so we're going to have 20 seconds of 4-on-4.
And this
or 4-on-3, excuse me, and then NC State will have a 5-on-4.
This is where that special teams practice needs to come in there for NC State.
Face-off 1-2 Jimenez. He'll send it back. There's Mazikowski. Jimenez working. He sends it over. There's Hudson. Eric Todd out there as well. Over to Mazikowski. His shot. Quick catch there from Sirocco. 7:13 to go here. In the first period, NC State leads 1-0 on a goal from Eric Todd, his second of the year.
Good planting there by Cam Mazikowski right in that slot zone to get a nice shot there.
Todd works for that one. He'll chase the puck out as the players come back onto the ice, and NC State now has a minute and a half of 5-on-4. Mazikowski can't keep that one in the offensive zone, and he'll send it back ahead. There's Jimenez. Banashevitz on the far side. He'll find him. Shot from Banashevitz goes wide. That may have been deflected. Davis Hudson will get that one. Sends it back down. There's Banashevitz. Back to Hudson. Little game of catch here. Banashevitz fires. That one's deflected. Mazikowski is there. 1:10 to go in the penalty. Here's Hudson working. There's Jimenez down in the corner. Banashevitz works in front of the net. He's going to set up as a screen. Jimenez works. There's Mazikowski. Back to Jimenez. Over to Todd. He fires wide. And that one's going to get out of the zone. 6:19 to go here in the first period. Good work there from the NC State power play, but unable to get anything going as they reset here. There's Todd centering pass, and Jimenez fell down. Mazikowski working to keep it in the zone. He's going to be unable to do that. Virginia Tech working ahead. Joey Hall has it there. And that's going to be a penalty on NC State. That's Cam Mazikowski. You can see that one coming from a mile away. So that's going to wipe out the final 29 seconds of the NC State power play. Good power play, unable to get a good shot, but it was definitely good work from the pack there, and Mazikowski takes the penalty, so he'll take a seat.
Yeah, nice cycling game there by NC State to make sure the passing just kept on going there. Created some nice opportunities, but as you saw with that penalty there by Cam Mazikowski, another undisciplined night for NC State, and let's hope that it doesn't cause anything more, cause any more problems for this NC State team.
Here's the face-off in the Wolfpack zone. We're going to have a bit of a pause. It's going to be the third penalty of the day. Third penalty of the day for the Pack. 2 for the Hokies, as he mentioned. The discipline is something that still needs to be addressed for NC State. There's Ian O'Rourke working ahead, and looked like Andrew Kristoff was offside. 5:47 to go, first period.
A little bit of confusion there on that offside, but so far NC State's doing a decent job on this. I believe it's a 4-on-4 right now, but still, let's see if they can carry this momentum into when the penalty kill begins for NC State.
18 seconds of 4-on-4 left, and then Virginia Tech will have about a minute and a half of a power play. McKiernan, the captain, works that one ahead. Virginia Tech takes it the other way. That's Mason Wilgrove, the leading scorer. His shot is going to be swallowed by Joey Hall. That's Virginia Tech's best offensive player so far this year. Working, that's not something that NC State wants to see happen, having him work through the zone like that. Joey Hall able to bail out the defense. 6 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Kristoff will take this one for the Wolfpack. He'll win it. Chris Wing will take it. Sends it up ahead. Unable to get it out of the zone, so Virginia Tech's going to have a penalty, a power play, excuse me. They take it away. NC State trying to get it out of the zone. Joey Hall's going to swallow that one up. Good pressure here from Virginia Tech. 1:23 to go.
Yeah,
in the power play.
Virginia Tech's leading scorer in Wildegarb actually plays a lot like Sam Banashevitz in the same big power deking moves that he has. But Sam Banashevitz is smaller by about 3 inches. But so far in this penalty kill, NC State not doing that bad.
Virginia Tech wins that face-off. Shot deflected. Hall didn't know where it was. Neither did I. But it's going to be cleared down by Hayden Dewey. Trevor Merchant's the first one there. He's working behind the net. Good work there to kill a little bit more time. Virginia Tech forced to reset. Dewey back behind the net again. Tech works ahead. Dewey tried to take down Felipe Rodriguez. In the middle of the ice for Virginia Tech. They're unable to get the shot off, though. Chris Wing now working in the zone defensively. There's Felipe Rodriguez. Tech holds now on the power play. 43 seconds to go. Hall kicks that shot aside. Gerke was the one who was working in the middle of the zone there. Unable to get the shot off. Virginia Tech working down in the corner. Now behind the net. Is shot for McKiernan wide open in front of the net. And was Hall able to keep it out? It looked like he kept the puck out of the net. It was laying there for a second. I saw it. But it looked like Hall was able to get there first. And looks like we'll see what happens here. So it's going to be no goal. So 22 seconds left.
That's one advantage of Joey Hall's size with that athleticism right there. He was flopping around and somehow kept that puck out of the net. And that was a weird scramble right there. And nothing came out of it, it looks like, but still.
He was just laying there on the ice, and the puck was right there, and I don't think he knew where it was, but luckily NC State's able to keep it out. There's a shot on net. Hall saves that one. That was a long shot, but it was a tricky one. Hall able to get it. NC State sends it back down. Sirocco sends it into the corner. NC State works the other way. Here's Ellis Rushford. His clear is blocked, and Virginia Tech will take over. There's Eric Johnston for the Pack. Eric Webb, first time we've called his name, working hard. Nice hit there. Costigan sends that one in, and Virginia Tech's going to swallow that one. 3:43 to go in the first period. I can't get over that play down there. I don't know how Virginia Tech didn't score. There was just 3 or 4 players in front of the net for each team, and Hall was just laying there. And luckily for NC State, the puck didn't go in the net.
Yeah, that was some beautiful defensive work down there by Joey Hall and the NC State defense. Kept that puck out of her and definitely created momentum for this NC State team. Now that it's even strength, let's see what happens.
Penalty is over. As you mentioned, Mazikowski out of the box and back on the bench. There's Rushford on the far side for the Pack. Virginia Tech takes it away. Centering pass deflected. Eric Webb will get that one out of the zone. I couldn't see where the puck was there for a minute, and Virginia Tech sends it back in. There's Davis Hudson. He'll work across as NC State changes. There's Webb. He's got it over across to Johnston. 2-on-3 there. Johnston will fire it on net, and another face-off coming to the left of Christian Sirocco, who's played pretty well. Both goalies have played well here in the first period. Lots of shots on goal, but both have been up to the task for the most part.
Yeah, Sirocco down at the Virginia Tech end looks to be a bit more composed than Joey Hall, but still, each are good in their own unique ways, but I'm liking both goalies tonight so far.
Todd takes that one away. Wide open net for Banishevitz, and he scores. That was an easy one. Todd made the play off of the face-off, shot it on net. Banishevitz had an easy goal off of the rebound, and NC State's going to take a 2-0 lead, and there's the top line again, Zach.
As the kids would say it, that play was just lost in the sauce. Beautiful job there by Sam Banishevitz to pick up the rebound, being able right there to get that shot from Eric Todd. Beautiful opportunity there, just beautiful finish, beautiful completion right there. I just can't say enough about that play.
So Banishevitz scores his 3rd goal of the season, his 2nd point of the night. And Eric Todd will also get his 2nd point of the night on the assist. Virginia Tech working the other way. 2-0 lead for NC State, 3 minutes to go. Centering pass. Somebody's laying down there, and Hall's able to stop the puck. I can't tell who was laying down there for NC State, but it looked like he was doing a split. That was number 5, Ian O'Rourke, was down there. And a bunch of weird plays in front of the NC State net. Luckily, NC State's been able to keep the puck out of the net.
It also looks like these teams just don't like each other at all. It's been a very aggressive matchup so far.
Certainly been a physical game. Chris Wing back into the corner. He sends it up ahead. There's Banishevitz. Todd working in. NC State will look to gain control of the puck here as Jimenez has it now. He sends it back. There's Wing. Back to Jimenez. Sends it on net. And it's into the corner. Here's Ian O'Rourke working. He gets tackled, it looked like. He got tackled into the goalie, Sirocco. Looks like, I can't tell if that's number 2 or number 3. It looks like it's number 2. Michael Roberts, who did the duties there. Might be a football player in his spare time. 2:23 to go here, first period.
6 foot Michael Roberts right there. Nice job pressuring that NC State player into the goal, but rough play overall.
Alfonsetti wins the faceoff, and Kinney sends it through. It's deflected into the corner. Nice hit from Trevor Merchant. John Koeklenberg finds Ryan Kinney through the middle of the ice, shot high. Good opportunity there for Ryan Kinney. Unable to put it away. Virginia Tech will take over. 2 minutes to go in the period.
Yeah, Ryan Kinney had time right there, but he decided to take that shot a bit too early. Next time, NC State needs to simplify their game and just realize they have enough time to get a nice shot going.
I think the Virginia Tech defenseman might have gotten a stick on that one to send it a little high and rush him. Good opportunity for Kinney, but Virginia Tech works the other way now. Nice play from Mazikowski to keep the puck in front of him. Up ahead, here's Alfonsetti. He'll send it. Tries to make a play through the defender's skates. Koeklenberg fires. Just got a blocker on that one, did Sirocco. And that one's fired out of the zone. Good opportunity there from NC State that kind of came off of a Virginia Tech turnover. Joey Hall is going to get out of his crease and force a face-off.
If you take a look at that play that just happened right there, John Koeklenberg had a nice shot. It didn't look like it was a very powerful shot, but because of that big body, that big frame, it was a beautiful shot there from the point. Beautiful opportunity. Went back. Joey Hall settled it down. Hopefully another rush is going to happen for NC State here.
1:14 to go, first period. Virginia Tech wins the face-off. Shot, and Hall says no to that one. I believe that shot was going wide, but Hall able to catch it anyway. 2 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, that was some larceny right there. Beautiful glove save by Joey Hall. That just flopping around like a fish. Beautiful job.
Kristoff takes the face-off for NC State. Virginia Tech will win that one. There's Hayden Dewey up ahead looking for Linsmeyer. He won't get there. There's Ellis Rushford. He'll send it up ahead. Puck back into the neutral zone. Rushford sends it in. 50 seconds to go here in the first period. NC State leading 2-0 on goals from Banashevitz and Eric Todd. There's Rodriguez working ahead. Little nice move there. Works into the corner, sends it in. And puck is deflected, and Hall was able to get a glove on it. I couldn't tell if he had a glove on it or not because it looked like the play was continuing.
Drafted first overall by the New York Yankees. Beautiful catching glove there by Joey Hall. Just picks it off like a cherry on a beautiful-looking bush.
32.2 seconds to go. NC State makes a change for the final 30 seconds of the period. Matt Costigan will take, they're going to switch sides now for the face-off. Costigan wins it. NC State gets to it first, but Virginia Tech keeps it in. And there's Hall again, another glove save. And then Rushford knocks down a Hokie after the play. Not sure. That looked like it may have been a flop there after the play. That was number 21, David DeChill.
Yeah, frustrating sequence of events right there, but you got to just commend Joey Hall's glove hand right there. Just an overall amazing job so far tonight in this first period. Let's hope his game doesn't deteriorate over the course of this game.
Yeah, Joey Hall's been everywhere he's needed to be so far tonight. Virginia Tech looks to be complaining about something. Not exactly sure what, but we'll have a face-off here with 27.6 seconds to go. Hokies win that one. They've won a lot of face-off, as I mentioned, and that one goes out of play again. So we've had 3 stoppages in the last 10 seconds or so.
I think Virginia Tech is just trying to kill time here. It's the end of the period. I'm sure their coach wants to say something in the locker room to get this team rejuvenated for that second period. Let's see what happens.
They win another face-off. State will take it away. There's Costigan and Johnson. They've got a 2-on-2 opportunity here. 17 seconds to go. There's Johnston's centering pass. Swept aside by Sirocco. Virginia Tech works ahead the other way. Rushford there to intercept the pass. There's Johnston. He's working on the Virginia Tech man and will have an offsides with 5.3 seconds to go. Apparently this first period is never going to end.
It seems so, but so far they're killing time and they're doing it the right way, and it's just pressuring Virginia Tech to make sure that they keep on getting either offside or pressuring it into where Joey Hall makes the easy save and just causing more time lapses.
Face off out of the zone. That one's going to go off the corner. Nice hit there, and that's going to do it for the period. Ellis Rushford looked like he was having a nice little chat with the Hokie player, but nonetheless, 2-0 NC State after first period. Sam Banashevitz and Eric Todd have the goals. Zach, what are your thoughts on the first period?
It looked to be pretty evenly matched. A lot of good defensive effort all around, but I would have to give the edge, of course, to NC State, and it shows in the scoreboard as well. Overall, beautiful job by both teams. I'm liking Joey Hall. I'm liking Ellis Rushford. I'm liking a lot of guys tonight so far. So I give my commends to NC State.
Excellent first period for the Pack as they get ready to head into the locker room. And we've got a special presentation for you coming up here in the intermission, as we mentioned. Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament named after a former NC State hockey player. And we would like to share his story with you. Here is Stephen's ripple.
Just as ripples spread out when a single pebble is dropped into water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects. This is the story of one of those ripples.
He never really liked to be the center of attention. He was, I won't say shy, because he didn't mind getting involved, but Stephen was the kind of person who always stood at the periphery of a crowd to see what people needed.
Stephen Patrick Russell was born on May 22, 1986 in the mountains of Newfoundland, Canada. Immediately drawn to athletics by his preteen years, Russell's first sport was not hockey, but instead America's pastime.
Stephen didn't start until 12. He was a big baseball player and was a catcher. And so at 12 he decided that he wanted to try out. A lot of his friends were playing hockey, and actually that was really the first time, other than school skating and things, that he actually really stepped on the ice to skate. And so he became a goalie, kind of. They said, okay, well, this is the position that we have available, you can try. As soon as he got into the net, he absolutely fell in love with it, and then proceeded, as he did with anything, to be super competitive and work his butt off to kind of gain the knowledge and the skill to be the best that he could be.
Russell and his parents moved to Charlotte, North Carolina in the early 2000s. When it came time for Stephen to choose his college, North Carolina State University was his decision.
He spoke to the hockey coach before I think he even submitted his application, and asked about the program and learned a little bit about it. And so he was really excited to play for State.
He was unselfish. He was more about the greater good of what the team is all about.
He was known as a good guy that everybody liked, had a lot of fun, good student, good goaltender, good hockey player, good teammate.
He was always there for you. There were certain guys on the team that, he obviously, by living with, he was really, really tight with.
He was very intense even before the game even started. When you wake up in the morning, he had his routine for getting going on game days.
But he, for as giving as he was also super competitive playing hockey, and he was super competitive in anything really, yes.
Everything we did was competitive, whether it was playing hockey or playing video games or just anything, whether pumpkin carving. We would do pumpkin carving. You wanted to have the best pumpkin. Everything we did, he was very competitive on that.
He would not be a trash talker.
No.
He wouldn't be, he'd be quiet. He'd just go about it very quietly and very unassuming, but he'd kick your ass.
He loved his school, he loved his boys, he loved the team, and he was living large.
What's the nature of your emergency?
I mean, we got the call. It was, you just never expect that to happen. It was awful.
It was 4th of July, early evening, and we got the call, and they said Stephen was missing. They were looking for him, and we didn't know what that meant. So we drove from 8 o'clock at night on, and it was so strange. We'll never forget it. In the CD player was his CD.
Yeah.
And it was the strangest thing in the world to have him talking to us.
That's what it felt like.
Through the entire ride with his CD playing.
I just got back from Chicago that day, and I got the phone call in the morning, and it was from his phone.
It was when I was at Hilton Head Island, spending some vacation down there, and I remember hearing word from one of our teammates that there was an accident at Jordan Lake, and Stephen had passed.
While trying to cross the lake through an alcove, Russell disappeared beneath the surface of the murky lake water. Search crews attempted to find Russell, but due to visibility concerns, the search was called off until the next day. On the morning of Sunday, July 5th, 2009, near the Farrington Point boat access ramp. Russell's body was recovered. Stephen Russell was 23 years old.
Driving on the road that night, and the fireworks were going off on the sides of the roads in each of the communities as we were driving past, and I would think that they were welcoming Stephen to heaven. That's what I kept seeing when I would look at the fireworks, is that God's welcoming Stephen to heaven.
I remember our team for his memorial here near State. We had the NC State home jerseys on, and a few of us had the ability to get up on stage, and it was hard because you got pretty choked up, but we all shared some very good memories of Stephen, and to the best of the ability that we could, was to kind of celebrate him.
It kind of just talked about the times we had and what a great person he was, and how proud they should be of who he was and the impact that he had on everyone. He really brought positiveness to everyone and lifted everyone up and made everyone a better person, and that was a big impact that he had. That I wanted to make sure that they knew that he was someone, even though his life was cut short, it was a very, very full life, and that they should be proud of how they raised him.
He loved, Coach Kurtz was coach at the time of his death, and his friends Ross and Phil and Ben and Wes and Will and so many more. They were still in touch with them to this day.
Soon after his passing, it was he made such an impact on all of our lives, and we thought, what can we do, to always remember Stephen? And one of the guys said, tattoo.
I know a bunch of the guys on the team, after it happened, went out and got a number 20 tattooed on their arm or their leg or back or somewhere, so that they, it was always with them.
On my shoulder blade is a tattoo that's SPR 20, Stephen Patrick Russell 20, with a goalie stick right underneath it.
We walked in, we said, hey, we know this is a strange question, but we'd love to see the tattoos, and at least
half of the team,
10 to 15 guys, proceeded to undress in some way and show us their tattoos of our son.
I have stuff written on my hockey equipment for him, and then every time I pass the Jordan Lake signs, I do a little remembrance to him.
Here's a guy who was only on the team for 3 years, and for them to want to retire his jersey, which is one of the highest honors in sports, is amazing.
That was tough. It was really struck hard when you had that, and you look up at the bench and you see his banner there, and really knowing how much he cared about, and his parents, how much the service meant to his parents too, was a very big deal, and it was tough, and we were not losing that game, I'll tell you that for sure.
He was part of the NC State hockey family, and he'll always be.
And it was incredibly moving. The whole ceremony was, when especially if you were there live, it was the moment, and they had the jersey in the net, and the boys tapped the post at the end of the ceremony, which was incredibly emotional. For my family, for anybody who loses someone, and especially when you lose someone suddenly like that at a young age, and to have the coaches and those boys decide to honor and remember him in that way, to this day it still gives us comfort.
It was fitting, and that was probably one of the hardest parts, going up there and tapping the post. But it was where he wanted to be, so that was kind of fitting.
Our family were incredibly thankful. When we look at that banner and we see this tournament, we're so thankful to the people when we were completely shattered, that they said, we want to remember your boy this way. And even though we've only known him for 3 years, this is the impact that he's had on us. That gave me more comfort than I will ever be able to convey. It really did, and it continues to do so.
As further tribute to Russell, the NC State Wolfpack and head coach Dave Kurtz decided to rename their annual tournament in Russell's honor. Since late 2009, every hockey season, the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament has been played in Raleigh.
We've already teams have already come in and said, can we play it in the following year?
Yeah.
Siemens building, it's like, where are we going to put them all?
The guys have understood from the time they've come in as freshmen what this is about, and they're here for the 4 years, and they make sure that the incoming freshmen know what this is about, and that's how you build a legacy.
But when I'm talking about the tournament or I'm talking about Steven, I can stay composed because he's my boy and I'm pretty proud of him. I'm happy to talk about it. And I like remembering him.
Like I tell my guys, we want character guys, not guys that are characters. And Steven was a character guy. And even though they didn't know him, they still feel that they did. They still feel that connection. And I think that's an important thing.
He would be extremely proud. It really, I mean, that's kind of the thing that he would be so super excited about. Like, that was just his type of thing. It really, really, really does a great job memorializing him.
It's put a lot of focus on the ACC, and it's put a lot of focus on the guys and what they do and what the league's about.
I think he'd be finally someone's paying attention to this league. I think he'd be very happy about it. He'd be super happy about that.
Yeah, he wouldn't want his name on it. He just wanted, he just wants it to be NC State hockey tournament, for everybody.
He would, he would wonder, the attention part of it for him was.
But we think it's pretty special to see that banner hanging up and his retired number hanging up in that arena. It just still to this day gives me chills.
Just the game of hockey growing. It wouldn't be, you'd probably look at it and say, why are they doing all this in remembrance of me? Because that's the kind of guy that he was. He'd want it to be more about the game of hockey.
It's unfortunate how he passed so early and left us early, but I'm happy his legacy is continuing on.
It's a celebration of Steven and all the lives that he has touched.
I would hope that he watches from above every year, and I would hope that he was cheering us on, and I would hope that he would realize that even though guys don't know him, that he still left that kind of a mark on people.
So what came from that very dark, dark night, we figured out a way to take who he was and pay it forward. This is everything that we do, the tournament, the writing, all of that. Everything that we do, we like to call Steven's ripple. This is his ripple out for other people, and this tournament included.
Welcome back to the Iceplex here, start of the second period. It's always tough to get back to hockey after seeing a story like that, but that's the whole point of the story, is Steven Russell would want us to get back to hockey. We hope you enjoyed that presentation. Two of our students worked really hard on that last year, as Virginia Tech works the other way. And the shot is just wide there for the Hokies, and we're going to have an icing. it's a tough story, and I hope that gave our audience a little bit of a glimpse into why this tournament is so meaningful. But we got to get back to hockey here. 19:40 to go in the second period. Face off to the right of Joey Hall, NC State. Looks like that's Eric Todd taking the face off, and he loses it, but Banashevitz gets there first. Works ahead with Medill. Luis Jimenez, excuse me. Luis Jimenez Medill is his full name. So if you keep hearing me say Medill, that's why. But he goes by Luis Jimenez. NC State works ahead. Banashevitz unable to get there. Sent in to Joey Hall. He's going to swallow that one up. For the faceoff, 19:15 to go. Second period adjustment. Zach, what do you have?
For NC State, just keep doing what they're doing. They're doing fairly good. But one thing I want to look at for Virginia Tech today is stop the rebound giveaways. Right now, both of their goals have come off a juicy rebound, and that is the reason why they're down 2-0, because NC State knows how to capitalize. Fix that, Virginia Tech is back in this game.
Both teams had lots of shots on goal there in the second period. As Jimenez has a breakaway. Excellent pass from Banashevitz, and he's... Did he not score? I thought I saw that one in the back of the net. It didn't go in. Too. I could have sworn that one was sitting in the back of the net. Excellent save from Sirocco, and Jimenez is robbed. That one should have been 3-0 NC State.
They might review that actually, because I swear I was with you. I thought I saw it in the back of the net. That might have been a stick blade. We don't know. Nonetheless, if Sirocco saved that, that was an unbelievable save.
Well, they don't have video review, so they're not going to be able to review it. Mazikowski unable to keep the faceoff in. I can't believe he stopped that, honestly.
That's
Luis Jimenez is one of the best scorers that you'll find as Virginia Tech forces a turnover. Shot goes wide. That pass from Banashevitz to Jimenez, and then having a guy like Luis Jimenez working up, you're not going to get much better than that in the ACCHL.
You're not, and if you saw that pass, that was a beautiful 1-2 touch right there to just get that puck into the slot zone, push it up against Sirocco right there. That was just beautiful play all around, and that would have been a beautiful goal if it wasn't a stop right there. But still, just awesome play.
So Sirocco keeps it 2-0 NC State. That's one of the best saves I've ever seen, especially at this level.
Definitely.
Alfonsetti here for the Pack. Virginia Tech wins the faceoff. Working into the corner, there's Koeklenberg. He's hitting somebody. Every time you turn around, he's hitting somebody. Love his physical style of play, something that this NC State team needs as they work ahead. And we're going to have a Virginia Tech penalty. That'll be their third one of the night.
That is a cross-checking call and a little bit of a technical readjustment. I've been saying Sirocco. It is Sirocco. I apologize. I do not endorse drinking. I was just saying that because I did not know his name. So it is Sirocco, just to clarify any mispronunciations that I had.
Happens to the best of us, Todd Banashevitz and Jimenez back out there for the Pack on the power play. Davis Hudson and Cam Mazikowski working on the blue line. They'll look to set this one up. And Virginia Tech's going to force the turnover. Sloppy play there for Mazikowski. Tech working into the corner. Shot deflected. Davis Hudson there. Centering pass, nobody home. And Luis Jimenez will work ahead. There's Banashevitz. He takes his speed into the corner, working towards the front of the net. Kicked aside. Banashevitz goes into the boards, and Virginia Tech sends that one back down. Somebody lost their stick. Looks like it was the goalie. Looked like it was broken there, but it's not.
Yeah, Sirocco lost his stick right there, and that was a bit of a scary thing, but he actually got a stick from his teammate as well. And I've seen a few plays in many hockey leagues where the goaltender has saved a shot with one of the other player's sticks.
NC State sets up the power play, a minute to go. Here's Hudson. Sends it in, deflected. It looked like that may have been deflected by Todd or maybe one of the Virginia Tech players. Nonetheless, Sirocco covers it up. 17-18 to go.
Yeah,
here in the third period.
After the
second period.
Yeah. After the unbelievable save that Sirocco had earlier on, he's looked a bit more flustered in net, that save right there. It looked like he made the initial stop, but it looked like he didn't know where it was after that. So hopefully he can get his head back in the game.
NC State wins that one. There's Davis Hudson on the far side. He'll send it down. There's Banashevitz. This top line for NC State has played probably 3 of the 4 minutes of the second period here, looking to go up 3-0. There's Todd. That's Mazikowski. Here's Banashevitz's slap shot. That one's blocked. Here's Jimenez working. 36 seconds to go. Virginia Tech gets to the centering pass, and they're able to clear it out. This would be a huge penalty kill for the Hokies if they're able to finish this one off as NC State takes it back.
I like what NC State was trying to do right there, but there was just no one home in the slot to finish off that rebound right there.
Centering pass. Linsmeyer tipped it over the goalie, Sirocco. Here's Hudson. There's Jimenez. Centering pass, and Ian O'Rourke is unable to finish that one. Prime opportunity there for the Pack. Excellent pass from Jimenez, and his passing, as you can see, is just excellent. Virginia Tech kills the power play, kills the penalty kill. Jimenez sends that one in. That one's high. There's Linsmeyer to take it. He looks to gain control, and he's going to send it back in, and NC State's going to change lines, actually. Looked like Banashevitz got off the ice there, and Todd and Jimenez were unable to, but NC State gets the change now. 16 minutes to go. Second period, Virginia Tech works the other way. There's Ian O'Rourke, and the puck's just going to chill over there on the other side of the ice. Pass was looking for Linsmeyer, I believe. He was unable to get a stick on it, so it just went over there by the NC State bench, and there was nobody there. Tech working ahead, and they're going to have another penalty. So NC State's going to look to touch it, and they do. There's Ian O'Rourke. Let's see who they give the penalty to. This will be NC State's 4th penalty. As you mentioned coming into the game, discipline has been an issue, and it continues tonight.
That was bad placement of the stick right there. It looks like by Ryan Lensmeyer, a guy that I've been liking tonight, been playing pretty solid, but held that stick in a pretty bad opportunity right there. He was trying to go for the poke check. I like the intent, did not like the execution.
So Linsmeyer takes a seat. Second power play of the second period. Banashevitz having a nice little chat with the ref. He'll head back down the ice. That's how things work in club sports. The captains represent the team talking to the officials. Virginia Tech loses control, and Eric Johnston sends it back down. Johnston and Costigan have gotten a lot of time on the penalty kill for NC State here tonight. Virginia Tech working across, back into the zone. They'll look to set it up. 1:37 to go in the penalty. There's Johnston harassing the Virginia Tech. Number 29, looks like that's Luke Slater. He'll get it back, works into the corner. Into the net, and centering pass. Actually, that may have been deflected. I don't think that was a pass. Goes into the corner nonetheless. Pass across, and Hall says no. Excellent slide across the crease, and Joey Hall able to swallow that one up.
I believe in the goaltending world they call that a T-push. Basically what happens is he pushes from one side of the crease to the other. Really beautiful job there by Joey Hall. That small frame allows him to get from post to post very easily, and just nice athletic job overall there by Joey Hall.
Nobody ever said Joey Hall wasn't a good athlete in goal, and if he's not out of position, he's pretty much always going to make the save. Eric Webb wins that faceoff for State, and they'll be able to get that one down. There's Trevor Merchant shorthanded. He's going to work into the zone and look to kill some more time, unable to get a shot on goal. A minute to go in the power play for the Hokies. Tech works ahead into the corner. Excellent play from Eric Webb to take the puck away and send it back down. 45 seconds to go.
NC State looking to go 4 for 4 in the penalty kill so far. They've been looking good, pushing the puck out, eliminating Virginia Tech opportunities. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Here's Davis Hudson. He'll look to get it out, but it's not going to get through the Hokie players. Here's an opportunity for the Hokies. Working in, centering pass gets through. Another good opportunity for Virginia Tech. Here comes Hudson. 2-on-1 opportunity. Ooh. Big hit there. Number 3, Grant Phillips. And we're going to have a penalty on NC State. So they'll look to touch up with 8 seconds to go in the power play. Virginia Tech whiffed on the shot. Number 29, Luke Slater, whiffed on the shot, enabling NC State to touch the puck. 5 seconds to go, and the Linsmeyer penalty as Eric Webb takes a seat. I didn't see the penalty, Zach. Did you see that?
I think what happened was Eric Webb was trying to rush into the offensive zone right there, and there was a little bit of a mishap. I thought that somebody shoved Eric Webb down, but it looks like Eric Webb was involved in a little bit more of a tangle up down there, so they might have given it to Webb instead of the other Virginia Tech player.
5 seconds of 5-on-3 here for the Pack. Or for the Hokies, excuse me. So that's the 5th penalty. As you mentioned, discipline has been an issue for NC State, and it's not getting any better. Shot, and they score on the power play. We'll see if they score on the 5-on-4 or the 5-on-3. That was number 27, Andrew Calandra, his first goal of the season. And Joey Hall pretty much had no chance. Now, it looks like, luckily for NC State, the penalty to Linsmeyer had already ended. Now we're going to have another penalty on Virginia Tech. I'm just really confused right now. 13:21 to go in the period. So I'm not sure if the goal counts or not.
Nonetheless, if we just take a look at that play right there, you're going to recognize that NC State just did not have enough defensive presence right there. Obviously, it was a 5-on-3, not enough presence right there, but it was just they were too focused in on the slot. They didn't focus in on the defensive corners right there, and NC State lost big. But it doesn't look like they're putting the goal up on the board.
Yeah, so regardless of the score, NC State's going to have a power play. But if they take the goal off the board, then they've got to put Webb back in the box.
I actually don't see Webb right now. I think he's on the bench as far as I know.
So it looks like they're probably going to count the goal and maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct. But it's not going to be on the goal scorer. Goal was from Andrew Calandra, and they do make it 2-1. So the goal is going to count. NC State's going to get a power play, the 4th of the night. Oh, it's actually going to be 5-on-5. So I'm not sure. Zach, do you know what happened there as Virginia Tech works ahead?
I'm not sure at all.
Centering pass just missed the net. That one goes out of play.
I missed a lot of that because up here we can't hear a lot about what goes on the ice between the players and the refs. So something must have been decided between them that we don't know personally. So I wish I could tell you, but I honestly don't know.
My best guess is that somebody said something to the official. So maybe a 5-minute or 10-minute misconduct. Not really sure. So 5-on-5 here. NC State leads 2-1 as Hall scoops that one up.
Too many takeaways there by NC State. Giveaways, rather. They're just giving up that puck and not allowing for Virginia Tech to do anything about it.
Face off to the right of Joey Hall. 13 minutes to go. We'll work to figure out what the call was there. But Virginia, all we know right now is that it's 2-1. Virginia Tech has a man in the box, and NC State does not have a power play. Here's Banashevitz working ahead. He works around a defender. Jimenez will take that one, fired it on net. Kicked aside by Sirocco. Jimenez gets it back. Working in towards the middle of the ice. Shot, and he scored! Luis Jimenez picked the top left corner, and that was a beautiful shot from Luis Jimenez. That's going to be his second point of the night.
There was a target on that top slot of the goaltender's net right there. Short side, beautiful, beautiful shot right there for his second goal of the season, I believe. Overall, just beautiful snapshot right there, and you can hear it from the crowd. They're excited from the Wolfpack chants.
Yeah, that's Luis's second goal of the campaign here early on, 4th game, and his 7th point to go along with 5 assists. Virginia Tech wins the faceoff. Good answer there from NC State after giving up the weird goal and then the who really knows what was going on. That shot's deflected. NC State back behind the net. Virginia Tech circled around and unable to get past there. Joey Hall just laying down. This is a free-for-all out in front of the net. I didn't really know what to say. I was trying to talk about something else. Shot is blocked there for the Hokies. Another one blocked. NC State needs a stoppage of play extremely badly. Hokies get it back. They took it away from Ryan Kinney, who was working to get it out. There's Chris Wing. He'll send it back into the corner as he gets knocked down. Hokies work behind the ice, centering pass. And here comes Trevor Merchant. He'll get it up. There's Tyler Alfonsetti. That was, I don't know what was going on there. Virginia Tech just put the puck on net and hoped that something happened, and something did happen. They were just unable to put it in the back of the net.
And that was a long sequence of events, and endurance is playing a big factor. NC State looking tired right now, and they're finally getting some fresh bodies on the ice.
Here's Ryan Kinney. He got knocked down. Davis Hudson wins the race for the icing. So NC State will get it all the way back down, and they'll be able to make a change, as you mentioned. NC State needing some fresh bodies. I honestly wish I could tell you what happened down there, but I honestly have no idea. What we know is Virginia Tech was unable to score.
There was a lot of NC State just giving up that puck, but Virginia Tech was pressuring, capitalizing on the fact that NC State had very tired bodies on the ice right there.
Yeah, 11:09 to go here, second period. Kristoff wins the faceoff, but he's unable to keep it in the zone. There's Ellis Rushford. As I mentioned, excellent answer there from Luis Jimenez. Beautiful play. Shot, it goes just wide. Virginia Tech turned it over. Kristoff was right there, but he was unable to put it away.
Yeah, overall solid job there, right there by NC State to get that beautiful opportunity right there. And Kristoff had a nice shot chance, but nothing came out of it. And that was a really nasty hit there.
This game is getting physical very quickly. NC State working in the corner. Looks like that's Kristoff. Virginia Tech will take it over. 10:20 to go here in the second period. Shot on net goes wide. Hall out of the crease, but nobody home for the Hokies as the puck goes into the corner. Back behind the net. Back up top. Hayden Dewey unable to get there. There's Costigan working behind the net. And here comes NC State. There's Ellis Rushford looking ahead. Finds Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer works in. His shot is blocked by the Hokie defenseman, and that did not look like it felt good. That was actually the goal scorer, Andrew Calandra. He's going to head to the benches. Davis Hudson's stick goes flying. Ellis Rushford goes flying as well into the legs of the Hokie defender as Mason Wildgrube picks up his stick. This game looks really physical, but it doesn't look like either team is taking it personally.
Not at all.
It doesn't look like there's any beef, for lack of a better word. No issues between the players as Joey Hall scoots that one aside. The game is just extremely physical. No penalties have been called. 9 minutes to go as Hall puts a glove over that one.
We talk a lot about corner battles. Well, maybe not at least on this particular broadcast, but a lot when you think about hockey, you think of who's going to win those corner battles to get that puck out into the slot for those opportunities. And right now, Virginia Tech is winning those corner battles, and that's just something that can't happen. NC State needs to be able to win those corner battles to eliminate offensive zone threats from Virginia Tech to get it back into NC State's offensive zone.
Andrew Calandra is actually off the ice and trying to walk off whatever happened to him off that block shot. Here comes Banishevitz. He finds Jimenez, who shoots it just high and out of play. 8:52 to go. NC State leads 3-1. This hockey game seems like it's turned into somewhat of a MMA match or something.
A little bit. It's been very physical right now, but there's still been a lot of composure between the two teams, even though there's been a lot of aggressiveness going on. And that stick went flying, as you saw right there, and that was just a telltale sign of how aggressive this game is.
Another stick on the ice. There's Jimenez. His shot is blocked. Eric Todd unable to get the rebound. That shot the other way goes just wide. Hokies maintain control, but it's taken away from NC State. There's Cam Mazikowski. You know he loves the physical game, as does John Koeklenberg. Hokies come the other way. Shot Knocked down by Joey Hall. Excellent save there and a good shot, and we're going to have a Virginia Tech penalty as Banashevitz works ahead, and he's going to lose control, and Virginia Tech will touch it. 8:15 to go.
Yeah, that was a hook I saw from a mile away right there. Banashevitz looks hurt, I believe. Never mind. He looks like he was just bent over doing something, but still, that was a nasty hook right there for Virginia Tech, and now they're going to have a man in the box for the next 2 minutes.
They still have the man in the box from earlier, who I believe is Brandon Poey, if my numbers are correct. So 2-minute power play here for the Pack. Ryan Kinney works into the corner to get the puck. He'll send it back up top. There's Ian O'Rourke alongside Ellis Rushford. Shot is knocked aside. Rushford works down. There's Rushford. His shot, and he scored right through the 5-hole. Excellent work from Ellis Rushford. And that'll be his first goal of the season and first of his NC State career and his 3rd point. Excellent work there from Rushford off of the face-off, and NC State gets a quick power play goal, their first power play goal of the day. They are now 1 for 5 on the power play, 5 for 5 on the penalty kill, excuse me, and NC State takes a 4-1 lead. Virginia Tech sends their next line out. 7:56 to go. In my honest opinion, I'm not the biggest hockey guru out there, but these teams have been pretty evenly matched. It's just that NC State's been able to finish off a couple more shots than the Hokies have, and a lot of that has to do with Joey Hall in net for the Pack. Has been able to make some saves that Christian Sirocco hasn't. Here comes Tyler Alfonsetti. He loses it. There's Kinney. That shot's deflected, sitting in front of the net, and the Hokies will head the other way. Here's Andrew Calandra back out on the ice, so he was able to shake off that puck, which obviously anytime you're blocking a slap shot, you know, that's going to hurt, and he was able to walk it off. He's still in some pain, but he was able to walk it off.
Yeah, as you were talking about, Ethan, about NC State being able to capitalize more chances, that was one of my keys to the game before the game, but sadly we lost that footage. But one of the big things I said was Coach Gazilla was mad last weekend about opportunities not being completed by NC State, and they've completed 4 beautiful opportunities. That's a positive to take from this game.
We actually did a pregame show, but we were having internet issues here at the rink, so we weren't able to go live. You can check out our full game afterwards on YouTube if you would like to see the pregame show and Zach's 3 keys to the game. NC State works the other way. Here's a 2-on-1. There's Kristoff, finds Linsmeyer, and his shot is blocked from Sirocco. 7 minutes to go here in the second period. Another good play from Sirocco. He just hasn't been as good as Joey Hall.
Definitely, and I believe who took the shot, that was Ryan Lensmeyer. Lensmeyer had less time than he thought. He took more time than he needed to, and that caused a very bad angle shot right there, short side on Sirocco. All in all, that was a beautiful save by Sirocco, but still Lensmeyer could have made the shot better if he didn't wait as long as he did.
Good opportunity there for NC State. We'll see how Virginia Tech's been down the majority of the game. We'll see how they react to being down 4-1 instead of just by 2 goals. NC State turns it over. Looks like that was Davis Hudson. He's going to take another penalty, and he'll touch up. That'll be a trip on Davis Hudson. Or a hook, excuse me. So he's going to take a seat. Having a nice discussion with the official, maybe about the post-game meal or something. It was a pretty obvious penalty, though. Matt Costigan and Eric Johnston will be working on the penalty kill. We've been calling their names a lot tonight, especially on the penalty kill, so they've been big in maintaining this NC State lead that they've had. Mazakowski clears. It's blocked down with a high stick, so Virginia Tech will keep it in the zone. Working into the corner, there's Virginia Tech. Shot tipped aside from Joey Hall by his foot. Virginia Tech keeps it in. Fires it across. Centering pass, and it's deflected wide. Not sure if that was Joey Hall one of the defenders who got their stick on it. Another pass. Hall's got that one. And another penalty. Cam Mazikowski and John Kochlenberg are were the defensemen there. Those are some big dudes. Those are the big boys of the NC State defenses. John Kochlenberg's going to take a seat.
So far tonight, NC State will be going down on a 5-on-3 disadvantage. They have not looked good on the 5-on-3. They gave up their one goal just as one of the penalties on the 5-on-3 was ending. But still, this is going to be a shaky 5-on-3.
Another 5-on-3 for the Hokies. 7th penalty for NC State. That shot goes just high. Last time they had a 5-on-3, they scored just after the 5-on-3 ended. So NC State was off the hook for the penalty. Excellent play there from Andrew Kristoff as he gets the puck out of the zone. He's going to work to kill a little more time, and he does just that, as Virginia Tech now has a minute left to go of 5-on-3 play. Kristoff, as we mentioned, Ian O'Rourke and Chris Wing out there on defense. And Joey Hall is upset about something after he made that save. Chris Wing calms him down, a huge team leader, club president of the team, and he was able to calm Joey Hall down before Joey got too upset.
If any of you have ever been a fan of Carolina Hurricanes hockey, I think the name Chad LaRose will ring a bell. He never did score a lot. He never did was never a headline figure, but he played a 100% 200-foot game, and that player is Andrew Kristoff tonight. Looking a lot like Chad LaRose, just beautiful skating, beautiful all-around edge work, and just a very, very potent threat that is not a scoring player tonight.
Ian O'Rourke clears it down off the face-off, 45 seconds to go. 5:17 left in the second period. Tech works ahead, and if they're going to come back in this game, they're going to need a goal here. If not on this 5-on-3, then at least on the power play. There's Calandra, the goal scorer, shot, and Hall's able to snag that one with a little diving stop to his right. And he earns a butt tap from Ryan Kinney.
I know a lot of players and a lot of fans are skeptical before this game about Joey Hall tonight, just based on his performance over the past few games. But he's been looking absolutely outstanding tonight. I don't know what you think.
He's been the player of the game, in my opinion. Of course, you've got Jimenez, Banashevitz, and Eric Todd having huge offensive games, but for me, he's been the player of the game. Here's Calandra working up top. His shot is kicked aside again from Joey Hall. Tech into the corner. 17 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Another pass. That one's blocked. Trevor Merchant got a stick on it, and it gets out with 9 seconds to go. Trevor Merchant out there alongside Cam Mazikowski and Ellis Rushford. Pass up top to the blue line. Across there's Calandra, his shot. That goes wide. NC State kills the 5-on-4. Here comes Alfonzetti. He's going to have an opportunity coming off of the bench, but he's not going to get there in time for a shot. 23 seconds left of the Virginia Tech power play now. NC State kills the 5-on-3. Now they've got to work to get the 5-on-4. Puck blocked in the neutral zone. Here comes the Hokies. Shot goes just wide. Hall was out of position there, but it went about a foot wide. 4 minutes to go. 5 seconds left in the power play for the Hokies as Kochlenberg gets ready to come out of the box. Here come the Hokies, working into the corner. So NC State 7 for 7 on the penalty kill. Centering pass, whiffed, and it looked like that was Felipe Rodriguez who came in to clean that one up for the Hokies. Hall made the save. 3:50 to go. I said NC State was 7 for 7. I lied. They are 6 for 7. Virginia Tech does have a power play goal, their only goal of the game.
NC State's penalty kill has been outstanding tonight, and let me tell you why. I forgot they were on the penalty kill for a little bit because that puck was just floating around all over in the Virginia Tech end. They've done an incredible job tonight of making sure that puck stays out, and we have a little bit of a slip there from
that was Chris Wing, who just looked like he slipped. That's pretty funny, actually. He just slipped coming out there getting ready for the face-off.
I hope this isn't Mario Kart. Someone didn't throw a banana on the road there.
That's going to be one that his teammates remind him of, and I probably will too. That was funny. 3:46 to go. Eric Todd wins the faceoff. There's Davis Hudson. Banashevitz will get it. He'll send it ahead. Nobody home. So the Hokies will take over. Todd deflects the pass. But the Hokies work back the other way. Another shot. That one's blocked by Chris Wing. That goes up in the air. Banashevitz was ready to head the other way, but the Hokies regain control. Back behind the net, NC State takes over. Here comes Eric Todd. Finds the long pass to Jimenez. He'll find Todd. He whiffs on the shot. Virginia Tech takes over.
Yeah, beautiful job right now by NC State keeping the puck in that end. You saw a lot of movement right there between Todd, Jimenez, and Banashevitz, that beautiful top line there for NC State. They're just making a lot of opportunities tonight, and this is really not looking like a D2 team right now. They're looking like they could really play in a much higher league right now. They are outstanding right now.
As we mentioned, this is Virginia Tech's first year back in the ACCHL. 3 minutes to go. First period. Hokie whiffs on the shot. Here comes Jimenez working the other way. A good defensive play, and it's actually going to be a penalty. But it prevented a breakaway for Luis Jimenez. So that's probably a good penalty for the Hokies.
And that is a cross check on Michael Roberts.
So Banashevitz, Todd, and Jimenez stay out there. This will be the 6th penalty of the day so far on the Hokies. NC State 1 for 5 so far, 2:45 to go in the period. There's Hudson over across Jimenez. He'll fire. Bodies flying everywhere for the Hokies. Banashevitz gets knocked down as well. Jimenez working. He'll find Banashevitz. Back to Jimenez. Nice little game of catch for the two buddies. Here's Jimenez. His shot deflected aside from Sirocco. Chris Wing fired it on net, but it went over everybody's head and into the net.
One of the more popular setups for the power play right now, they're set up in a bit of an umbrella shape right now. Overall, it's a great system if your team is a very good passing team at NC State tonight. They've been good with their passes, and they've been able to capitalize on their passing game as well.
There's not many negatives to having 6 power plays on the day, but one of them is that your top offensive line with these 3 guys, Banashevitz, Jimenez, and Todd, is out there a lot. We've been calling their names a lot, especially here in the second period. They've accounted for 3 of the 4 goals. As NC State sets up again, here's Mazikowski at the top. Rushford fires that one on, but Sirocco swallows that one for an easy save. 1:13 to go on the power play.
Yeah, so far that was a nice save there by Sirocco right there. He is a 5'10" goalie on the smaller end of things, but he doesn't play as loose as Joey Hall does. It's more of just a mechanical game. It's very solid. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just in the middle, and it's working for him very well so far.
Rushford collects that one. Mazikowski keeps it in. There's Alfonzetti down low. There's Kinney. Kinney's a really good player. We haven't been calling his name a whole lot yet. But he's a really good player who's on the NC State second line. Pass deflected. There's Rushford. He sends it in. That was actually deflected on net by a Hokie defenseman. Cam Mazikowski unable to keep that one in. He'll find Alfonzetti. There's Kinney again. Shot blocked, and they score on the rebound. Looked like that was Tyler Alfonzetti off of the shot from Ryan Kinney. Just as we mentioned, Ryan Kinney, he sets up a power play goal with that shot on net. Rebound came out, and Tyler Alfonzetti able to put that one away.
I think that was Ellis Rushford, though, but whatever happened, I think he must have loved the net as much as he loved that puck, because he just went flying into that net right there.
You might be right. It may have been Rushford. We'll let you know.
But, yeah, I love that kid. A beautiful power play goal there. Nice rebound opportunity right there, and Virginia Tech didn't handle that rebound control very well, and NC State capitalized. Beautiful opportunity.
NC State now 2 for 6. Shot there, kicked aside from Hall. Quick opportunity. That's number 28, Brandon Hoey, who was in the box for the majority of the second period. Juicy rebound there. Hokies unable to gain control. Now they have it. Working behind the net. Howie was in the box for the majority of the second period, but he came out and after that face-off, he was a man on a mission. Linsmeyer knocks this one ahead, under a minute to go in the period. 5-1 Wolfpack. That pass is deflected. Hokies work it ahead. There's Brandon Hoey, and Davis Hudson will be back to get that one. Sends it alongside to Ian O'Rourke, who fires that one down. That's going to be icing. 34 seconds to go.
I'm liking this game right now, and it's almost the end of the period. Coach Gazilla won't have much to say in this intermission break, but probably just to keep on keeping on. This NC State team has been very effective so far, and they've just been eliminating all opportunities from Virginia Tech.
NC State wins the face-off. There's O'Rourke. He'll send it ahead. Looking for Linsmeyer. He'll get there. Working on the far side. His shot is blocked. Linsmeyer working in the far corner. Centering passes deflected. Kristoff gets the puck back into the corner. There's Linsmeyer again. He's been all over the place tonight. 12 seconds to go in the period. Here's Davis Hudson. Down low, Kristoff. Somebody got knocked down. Looked like that was Ryan Linsmeyer. 4 seconds to go as Virginia Tech works it ahead. And that's going to do it for the second period. NC State gives up a goal. Virginia Tech gets back to within 2-1, but then 3 goals, including a power play goal by NC State. Zach, quick recap of the second period. Quick takeaways, excuse me.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things I wanted to quickly talk about, of course, was Virginia Tech. I was talking about before the game about how speed is going to be a factor. Virginia Tech has been keeping up the speed factor, but I also said whoever is outspeeding the other team is going to win. NC State is outspeeding the other team, and right now it is a 5-1 game, and NC State has been just doing a good job of capitalizing on rebounds.
Coach Jeff Wing will join Zach Kira in the second intermission, and we will bring that to you in a few minutes here on PackTV.
Hi there, everybody. Zach Sawai here for PackTV alongside Coach Wing after this second period so far. So, Coach, your thoughts on the game so far?
I think we're doing good. You know, we had a few, I think we had a little bit sloppier period in the first period, kind of tightened everything up, and I think I'm pretty happy with what we're seeing so far.
Especially coming off last weekend, it was a little bit rough. How important was tonight to make sure your team got back into the groove of things for this very important tournament?
Very important. So this is our first ACC game, so this is really the season opener for us as an official season. You know, we did lose 2 games last weekend, so it was really important for us to start on time here tonight.
Now, discipline has been a factor, as you have seen very much so. There's been a lot of penalties taken by both teams tonight, in fairness, but your team has been doing a very good job at effectively killing those penalties and getting those power play goals. So how has your special teams helped out with that discipline factor tonight?
I think we're doing pretty well, other than the fact that we lack the discipline to have the parade to the penalty box. But I think we're really happy with our PK right now. So they're doing a nice job keeping the players to the outside. What Virginia Tech does is they kind of lurk on the outside of the slot, and they'll come in. Their timing is really good to come into the slot when they need to be there. But our D or our forwards are picking up the men pretty well. We actually probably didn't happen as well last weekend, but we're happy with what's going on this weekend.
Well, Coach Wing, best of luck for this third and final period here of the first game of the Stephen Russell Tournament. Once again, I'm Zach Sawai for PackTV. We'll see you soon for the third period.
Welcome back to the Iceplex here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Second intermission, NC State leads Virginia Tech 5-1. Quick change we wanted to let you know. Sam Banishevitz does have 2 goals tonight. We weren't sure who the 5th goal was, but it is actually Banishevitz who has 2 goals on the night. Zach, third period, got a little physical, but and some more penalties. The penalties to me didn't seem related to the physicality, but what did you see that had both teams on special teams for the majority of the second period?
Stick infractions. And in this day and age, with the high speed intensity of this game, the poke check is becoming more prevalent and more available for players to use, and that stick just gets them being caught in the wrong places. As you saw, there was a couple hooking calls, a couple tripping calls. So overall, poke check, keep on doing that with your stick, but be a bit more careful because that can cause in special teams.
Yeah, and another thing, the physicality, it looked like an MMA match out there for a little bit, and then it kind of calmed down. But NC State has been able to take advantage of opportunities that Virginia Tech hasn't. Virginia Tech has had plenty of opportunities with the puck just lying in front of the net, Joey Hall out of position. They have not been able to take advantage of those. So what are they going to need to do in the third period? Down 4 goals, what are they going to need to do to get back into this game?
Continue to control those rebounds, because that's one thing that I said in the second period they actually didn't do, and sadly that caused them to give up 4 more goals. So in the end, they got to make sure they control those rebound opportunities and make sure that they can carry that puck back into the NC State end and try to get more opportunities there, or else Virginia Tech is looking at a loss tonight.
Yeah, Joey Hall, one more thing about NC State here. Joey Hall has been excellent. He's been out of position a few times, but it hasn't burnt NC State yet. What have you seen from Joey Hall that allows him to be successful?
His ability to move from post to post in the crease, and that's one thing that you don't get out of a lot of goaltenders now because they're a bit slow or whatnot. Joey Hall has been able to effectively push from crease to crease with his skates, been agile, been quick, been fast, and making the key saves that need to be happen. May not be very flashy, may not make the highlight reel, but in the end, it's the saves that your team needs in order to win this game tonight.
Yeah, and he's been excellent with his glove as well. Third period about to get underway. Zamboni just left the ice, so we will be... NC State hockey is 20 minutes away from their first 3 points of the ACC season, and we will be here to bring you those final 20 minutes here on PackTV. Third period getting set to get underway here in the Iceplex. As I mentioned, NC State is 20 minutes away from collecting 3 points to go towards the ACCHL tournament in February. NC State got off to a little bit of a rough start last fall semester, so they definitely want to avoid that this semester, and getting 3 points against a Virginia Tech team would be huge before facing Virginia tomorrow. Virginia, the defending ACCHL champions. So that's going to be a pretty big matchup. That'll actually be a rematch of the championship game when Virginia defeated NC State 5-1. NC State will then face Navy on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. That will be bright and early, but Zach will be alongside you for that one as Virginia Tech works in the zone.
Looking forward to it.
Hokies work ahead. Jimenez takes that one away. Hokies get it right back. And then Koeklenberg tips it away. Back up ahead, Jimenez. He's going to have Banashevitz on the opposite side, but unable to find him. Another centering pass. Todd unable to get a handle on that one as the Hokies work back the other way. Up and down here at the beginning of the third period. There's Banashevitz along the Virginia Tech bench. Hokies working. There's Jimenez back to Banashevitz. Those two have an excellent on-ice chemistry and off-ice, but it's evident on the ice. There's Jimenez, Todd, and it's tipped in from Banashevitz. That's going to be a hat trick for Sam Banashevitz. Excellent pass there, Eric Todd. And Banashevitz was just able to tip it in.
And they finally did it. NC State found their way into the slot, and they finally were able to capitalize on that opportunity. Beautiful tip there by Sam Banashevitz. It's not going to be a very pretty goal, but the thing is, he was there in front of the net. That was a team goal. That was a great goal. I'm just in love with this team right now. It is now 6-1 in favor of the NC State Wolfpack. Just a beautiful opportunity of finally capitalizing on those plays.
NC State now leads 6-1. 19:02 to go. That's a quick goal for the top line. Sam with another hat trick. He gets plenty of those. Plenty of goals as well. We're going to give Eric Todd an assist on that one. That's going to be his third point of the night. Banashevitz has 4 points. Shot is held by Joey Hall. So Banashevitz 3 goals and an assist on the night for 9 points on the season. A goal and an assist for Luis Jimenez and a goal and 2 assists for Eric Todd. So 4 of the 6 goals have come from that exceptional top line for the Pack. Hokies take this one. Sent across through the zone. Somebody wasn't happy with that. Not sure who it was, but they voiced their displeasure very loudly. There's Ian O'Rourke. He'll send it across. Chris Wing gets it ahead. There's Trevor Merchant. Tyler Alfonzetti looking for Ryan Kinney, and that's deflected. Hokies headed the other way. into the slot. That one's going to be deflected. Ian O'Rourke is down. Looks like he gets up. It's going to be, he's going to limp off the ice as Davis Hudson takes his place. Extremely slow developing play here for Kinney. He'll send it on. Went for the 5-hole, unable to get it.
Yeah, O'Rourke right there, that was just a hallmark of that beautiful NC State defense right now that's been pressuring out Virginia Tech. O'Rourke sadly took one for the team with that shot block, but the thing is, that's exactly what your team needs. That is a heart and soul move right there by Ian O'Rourke. His team should be very proud of him right now.
Virginia Tech has actually made a change in the crease. They must have done that during the intermission. Josh Cowson is now in for the third period. This will be his second action of the year, wraparound opportunity. He says no to that one. That's actually going to be the first goal he's given up, but he hasn't played a whole lot this year. Only the second game he's been in, as I mentioned. He only played in 5 minutes in the first one. Another pass to the front of the net, and he's able to keep that one out. Dewey sends that one back in. The Hokies work the other way. Shot is blocked. Back to the Hokies. Centering pass gets through all the way to the corner. Hayden Dewey will take that one back the other way. Here comes Ryan Linsmeyer. His pass is intercepted, and the Hokies head the other way. Els Rushford will get there in time for the icing. 5-1 game at the second intermission, and the Hokies make a goalie change. Is that a little bit of a white flag to you?
A little bit of a red flag, yeah. That's, I think, a signal from the coach saying, okay, boys, you got to get this game back going here or else, we're going to change out these goalies. And that's a big thing because whenever you change out a goalie, that's just a sign that the defense is doing bad. Because your goaltender can't do everything no matter how good he is. Even goaltenders like Henrik Lundqvist or Carey Price, they can't do everything. So this is just a sign that the defense for Virginia Tech is just not having a good game tonight.
I actually thought it was a little bit of a white flag, as in Virginia Tech's just looking to get Cowson some action, as Hall is able to snag that one. 16:27 to go. The clock is still running. They'll stop it at 16:26.
If they don't give Joey Hall the first start tonight, I don't know who else is going to get it. Well, maybe Sam Benishevitz.
Well, it's been an excellent team game, especially from that first line, and obviously Joey Hall's been phenomenal. But I don't know. Hokies only down, I shouldn't say only, 4 goals is a pretty big deficit. Down 4 goals at the second intermission, and they change goalies. It's a little bit of it's also a 3-game weekend for every team in this tournament. So maybe you're trying to get Cowson some action and give Sirocco some rest, but either way, it's 6-1 now as Banishevitz has his hat trick.
Yeah, even going into this game, Sirocco was not having a pretty good season so far. So tonight might have just been the tipping point that might be changed for the better of the rest of this tournament for Sirocco, but nonetheless, he had a shaky night tonight.
There's Koeklenberg. He'll send it over. There's Mazikowski. As I mentioned, that's a huge blue line for the Pack. There's Costigan. Mazikowski knocks somebody over, as does Koeklenberg. That was the same guy. He's going to wake up sore in the morning. Patrick McKiernan, captain of the Hokies. Josh Cannon is the backup goalie for the Pack. So we'll look to see. I promise you that he'll play at some point this weekend. Not sure if he'll be here in the third period or not. NC State has a sizable lead at this point. This game's not quite over yet, but it does seem that Virginia Tech has waved somewhat of a white flag, as I mentioned. Cluster in the corner. Hokies will get the puck out of there, back up to the blue line. There's Banishevitz chopping at the puck. The Hokies lose control. 15 minutes to go. Nice move there. Shot kicked aside by Joey Hall. Another excellent save from the junior goalie.
Winning the corner battles again there was Virginia Tech, something that NC State has not been good at tonight. And Virginia Tech got that puck out, created a scoring opportunity. Nothing came out of it, so it's still 6-1 NC State. But for the future of this tournament, NC State really needs to work on those corner battles.
Here's Banishevitz. That one's deflected out of play. Another huge game from Sam Banishevitz. He's been the star along with Joey Hall tonight. Not to take away from the performance of other players. Luis Jimenez and Eric Todd obviously have played extremely well. Ellis Rushford has his first goal in an NC State uniform. And when you're beating a team 6-1, especially a team who's, every year they're good, that one is shot on net and a huge hit on NC State. It was a huge hit on Rushford, actually. Joey Hall is able to deflect that one, and this game's getting physical again. Here comes Jimenez. The goalie's going to get there first. Banashevitz fires and scores again. Banashevitz with his 4th goal of the night. That one's going to be unassisted. Josh Carlson came all the way up towards the face-off circle, and he actually beat Jimenez to the puck, but Jimenez was able to make a play, and Banashevitz swept it in, and Banashevitz came in and fired it on net.
Something that I've noticed in my many years of watching and studying hockey is in practice, they don't practice enough with goaltenders on puck handling. Right there, you saw the goaltender for Virginia Tech just flat out give the puck to Sam Banashevitz, and that's just something that cannot happen. In practice, that's something they're going to have to fix because, as you saw right there, that was just a bad giveaway for Virginia Tech.
Joey Hall is going to hold that one for the save. 7-1 NC State. They haven't put the 7th goal up on the board yet. 4 of those have come from Sam Banashevitz. As I was saying, it was actually a really good shot on an empty net because there was a Hokie defender who was there, but Banashevitz was able to get it past him. And that was just an excellent shot. That one's deflected. Looked like Eric Todd got a stick on that one. Long pass looking for Banashevitz, intercepted. Hudson gets it out of play. So NC State still has some things to work on, as you mentioned, in a 7-1 game. The penalties have been a concern. There's been some opportunities for the Hokies that they haven't been able to finish. So there's definitely some things you can take away. I'm beginning to wonder if they counted that goal, since it hasn't been put up there.
At this point, I think Virginia Tech just doesn't care if they count it. I think they've accepted defeat in their minds.
They're certainly playing with it. They're not playing with the same fire they had in the first and second period. NC State's having a team meeting on the bench with Coach Mike Gazzillo. They look like they're huddled around a quarterback. By our count, it's 7-1, unless they waved off that last goal. In that case, it would still be 6-1, which is what the scoreboard shows, obviously, as I mentioned.
There also may be technical difficulties with the scoreboard itself.
That is true. The clock is still working. Here comes Merchant working the other way. He's in a little brouhaha there on the ground. Hokies 2-on-1. Pass deflected, and it went up in the air. Number 29, who is Luke Slater, caught that one in the air, tried to put it down on the ice, but he was too close to Joey Hall, who was able to swallow that one up. Now they put the goal up, so it is definitely 7-1.
Yeah, the scoreboard is finally updated to be that 7-1. But I think one thing that's really interesting tonight, you have a lot of Virginia Tech players that are Raleigh natives. So coming back to play in what might be their home rink is something to take notice of tonight.
That shot's fired on net, but it looked like it was knocked down by a Hokie player, actually, instead of Joey Hall. That one is sent in. Carlson knocks it aside. Linsmeyer fires that one, deflected again. Carlson stops it. Doesn't know where it is, but he stopped it nonetheless. It was actually inside his leg pad. So the Hokies looking to get Josh Carlson some experience here moving forward. Backup goalie, how can you speak to the importance of a backup goalie? You're always going to need a backup goalie, but why?
Incredibly important because you have your starter goalie. He's going to be good no matter what, but some nights you're going to have a bad night. That backup goalie needs to be just as good, if not greater, because your starter goaltender can't start every single game. So your backup goalie's got to be able to step in and say, I got you, bud. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely many scenarios where you'll need a backup goalie, including in the ACCHL tournament, where it's really hard for a goalie to play 3 games in a row. As you'll see this weekend, NC State will play Josh Cannon at least once.
Even in the NHL too, they only do 2 games, so back-to-back games. Only in the AHL and the ECHL and virtually every other minor league do they do 3 games in a row.
Hokies will take that one behind the net. And now, obviously, as you mentioned, injuries can pop up anytime. Hockey's a dangerous sport, so an injury can pop up at any time. You need to have your backup goalie ready. And a bad performance, if you're having a bad performance, 3 goals in the first period or something, and you want to give your team a spark, a backup goalie can come in and spark the team and, give your team a chance to stay in a game.
Absolutely, and that's why you're always looking to teams in the bigger leagues as well, talking and hoping for that perfect 1-2 tandem punch that a lot of analysts and a lot of people want to see out of their team, because your starter goaltender can't be the heart and soul of your goaltending performance.
So it looks like Coach Mike Gazzillo is going to stick with Joey Hall for the rest of the game. He's not a fan of goalie changes, and obviously Hall's played an excellent game, so there's no need to take him out of this one. So I imagine we'll see Josh Cannon tomorrow, and then Joey Hall will be back out there Sunday morning. 11:10 to go, third period. NC State leading 7-1. Sam Banishevitz with 4 goals. Hokies send that one back in. There's a stick laying in front of Joey Hall. Not sure whose it is. A big hit there. Davis Hudson knocked somebody down and gave a little stare down just for a nice effect. That one is sent up. Looks like both teams are going through the motions at this point. Davis Hudson back to get that one as the stick lays behind the net. Here comes Jimenez. Up ahead, Banishevitz. This has been a physical game at times, an extremely physical game as Banishevitz fires that one in. Carlson stops it and lets it down to keep the clock running. Banishevitz gets knocked down on the far side. Here come the Hokies, 2-on-2. And it's offsides.
I think one of the more incredible things that I have seen, at least in the past 2 to 3 weeks, is you look back at that first game against Wake Forest. Passing was not that good. There was a lot of missed opportunities as well. Tonight, what I'm seeing a lot more of is the passing is crisp and clean. It's beautiful out there. You can just hear the puck glisten across the ice. And that's just one thing you got to notice. If a team can't pass, a team can't play as a team, and teams don't win if they are not able to pass.
Virginia Tech's always a very good team. So anytime you can beat a team like this 7-1, it's a good day at the office. NC State will be back in action tomorrow at 6:30, hopefully, as Trevor Merchant lost a stick and he wasn't pleased about it. Looked like that was a pretty petty play there from the Hokies. Luke Slater, I believe it was. And they're back at it again. They're a little tangled up. Actually, that's somebody else. That's number 19.
Often in collegiate sports, you expect it to be nice because it is a club sport, and people do it because they love the game. But tonight what I'm seeing is there's been some pretty nasty words exchanged between these players at certain points of this game. So definitely discipline of the mouth is important, as well as discipline with your stick and virtually every other part of the game that you use.
I think the most surprising part about the physicality of this game is the fact that there's 14 penalties, and now 15, as the Hokies are going to take another one. And none of it has really been a result of the physicality that we've seen. So NC State's 2 for 7 on the power play. They'll get another chance.
So that'll be a slashing call against Virginia Tech. I believe that is now the 7th penalty that Virginia Tech has taken in this game.
I have 8.
You have 8.
I have 8 for the Hokies and 7 for the Pack. Either way, it's been a lot for both teams. There's Davis Hudson off the faceoff. That's deflected. Kinney will take it. Back to Hudson. Back to Kinney. Kinney working. Holding the puck. Sends it back around. Trevor Merchant is there. He'll send it back to Elvis Rushford. 9 minutes to go. This may be as much of a time kill as anything else for NC State. Davis Hudson has his pass deflected, and the Hokies will take it.
Yeah, only 9 minutes remaining in this period. I don't think NC State wants nothing more than just kill off time. This is a perfect game. If they can keep it like this, they can go home happy tonight, prepare for tomorrow.
Hokies unable to make anything of that 2-on-2. NC State heads the other way. You know, Mike Gazzillo is always very good at finding something that his team can improve on. And obviously penalties have been an issue today as Virginia Tech comes the other way. Nice move. Lost control of the puck and it's into the corner. Short-handed, a minute to go on the NC State power play. But Coach Gazzillo, he's not going to have a whole lot to choose from, as we've actually got a couple players on the ground. Ellis Rushford is the NC State player. And I believe that is Patrick McKiernan, the Virginia Tech captain, they were on the ground over there on the far side. We couldn't really see what was going on the near side, excuse me. So they're going to have Rushford's going to take the penalty. He looked like he was laying on top of him.
I like Ellis Rushford a lot, but he's also leading the team in penalty minutes, and that's never good for any team to have one of your best defensemen to be in the penalty box that often. But still, that was an interesting sequence of events happened down there. I can't tell you for certain what happened. We have a bad angle up here. It was deep in the boards, deep in the corner, but it was an aggressive matchup right there, and I believe the refs are talking to each other as well.
Well, I think there's confusion as to whether or not, because McKiernan went to the bench. He didn't go to the box. But they did put the penalty up on the board. So it's actually just going to be a penalty on Rushford. So that'll cancel out the rest of the NC State power play with 8:18 to go. So we'll have 48 seconds of 4-on-4, and then a minute 12 of a Virginia Tech power play. They did get their 1 goal on the power play, but 8 minutes to go, needing 6 goals. It's probably not in the cards for the Hokies to come back in this one. Hokies work down behind the net. They work it ahead here. Shot is swept aside from Joey Hall. Hokies get it back. That's the first real physical penalties, as we've mentioned, so far today. Shot into the corner. So now they've taken the penalty off the board. So I'm honestly not really sure what's going on, but 8 seconds left in the Virginia Tech penalty. So it looks like we've got 4-on-4, and then Virginia Tech is going to have a power play. Shot in on Cowson. He'll glove it and set it down. So a minute for Virginia Tech here on the power play, but they're not going to have control of the puck. There's Koeklenberg over to Chris Wing. He finds Kristoff, who tips it ahead. There's definitely an element. You're playing 3 games this week, and obviously hockey is an exhausting sport. You've got to conserve your energy, especially in a 7-1 game in the third period. Both teams are going to be looking to conserve their energy because they've got 2 more games to play, and these are really important games.
Absolutely, and NC State so far in this game has been charging with their energy absolutely throughout this entire game. So giving up that same energy for an even more difficult Virginia team tomorrow is going to be a challenge for them, but I don't see why they can't do it. In this third period, they've been looking a bit more relaxed, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Joey Hall makes another save. NC State is definitely going to be ready for that Virginia game tomorrow because that's who beat you in the ACC championship game. 6:35 to go. As we mentioned, they'll play Navy on Sunday morning, bright and early, 7 a.m.
Bring your coffee, bring your feet warmers. It's going to be an early morning and a cold one for sure.
6:30 to go. Virginia Tech into the corner. Backhanded on net. Joey Hall kicks it aside into the corner, the opposite corner. Hokies have had a lot of puck control tonight. It hasn't resulted in enough goals, but still been good. NC State kills the penalty. Here comes Linsmeyer. Actually, that's not Linsmeyer. That's Johnston. Another big hit. NC State will look to get some of the guys farther down on the depth chart some action here. As we see Matt Costigan working there. There's Chris Wing. Ian O'Rourke. He's played a solid game today for the Pack. Virginia Tech takes this one away. Gets around Wing. Shot on net is blocked from Hall. Somebody lost their stick. That was O'Rourke. He gets it back. Another shot. That one's blocked. 5:30 to go. NC State will take this one away. I think if you just told both teams, hey, we're just going to run the clock for the rest of the period, I think both teams would be pretty okay with that. Hokies take it the other way. And I believe we're going to have another penalty because why not?
I do want to make a quick plug for something. So if any of you are interested in NC State hockey or anything that goes on behind the scenes, I will be hosting the show Over the Boards with Coach Mike Gazzillo at Moe's Southwest Grill in Cameron Village on October 30th, Monday at 6 p.m. If any of you want to hear about what goes on behind the scenes in Coach Gazzillo's office or anything like that, come on, stop by. It's going to be a half an hour of talking and just laughs and a lot of good fun learning more about NC State hockey.
Definitely a show you should tune into. It's a must-watch for any NC State hockey fan. Another stoppage of play. Virginia Tech's in the box again for the, I believe, the ninth time today. 5:15 to go. You got to wonder if they've got money in there for the eighth penalty, excuse me. Got to wonder if
It's a 4-on-4 right now for NC State and Virginia Tech right now.
Oh, okay. I did not see that. They only put the first penalty up, so I didn't see the second penalty. So 4-on-4. I wonder if they're giving away money in the penalty box or something today. Under 5 minutes to go. That's an icing.
NC State should try and capitalize on this final opportunity here to get that special teams ability practice for tomorrow night when it's really going to matter against a very difficult University of Virginia. Right now it's looking good, but let's see if they can get any more opportunities in that slot.
I mean, this is a good win any way you slice it, especially against a team like Virginia Tech. Virginia will certainly be a test again tomorrow. Another penalty. I think at this point with 4:47 to go, I think, in my own humble opinion, that's actually not going to be a penalty, but regardless.
That was an offsides call.
Offside. So the referees, they should still swallow their whistle unless it's blatant at this point. Joey Hall covers that one up, and another tackle. That's Ellis Rushford. Banishevitz over there to make sure nothing happens. We've seen a lot of tackles tonight. I'm not sure. Maybe these guys like football or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Rushford is a little bit of a spitball right now. He has incredible offensive ability and defensive ability, but he has a little bit of a quick temper, as you've seen going on right there. But all in all, I think he's played a very solid game tonight.
Rushford actually had the game misconduct in the Wake Forest game. So he leads the team in penalty minutes because of that. There's Jimenez. He sends it through, unable to get to the back of the net. Just over a minute left on the 4-on-4 here. There's Banishevitz. He finds Rushford. His shot is deflected over the net from Carlson. There's Jimenez. Nice defensive play there from the Hokies. Jimenez gets it back to Banishevitz. Up top, Jimenez. He'll fire, and it goes wide. Rushford takes it. 43 seconds to go. Shot on net, just slapped away by Carlson. Banishevitz gets it. There's Davis Hudson. His shot, nice save there from Carlson. Big hit there on the boards as Virginia Tech works the other way. And it's going to be another icing. 3:30 to go, 17 seconds left.
Was there another penalty right there, or am I just...
I believe it was icing.
Okay.
Who knows? They may have called a penalty.
I saw the
just for
ref
fun.
over there, and I thought it was too many men on the ice for Virginia Tech, but we're taking a timeout, it looks like. I believe it was a Virginia Tech timeout.
So I'm not really sure what the purpose of calling a timeout at this stage of the game is. NC State, Virginia, tomorrow, 6 o'clock, right back here at the Iceplex. We will be here. The Iceplex, excuse me. We will be here.
I think one of the great things about a timeout is it's pretty versatile. You can use it to make a quick play, quick change, anything like that, tell a player to go to a certain part of the ice, or you can just basically use it for your team to just kind of just take a breather. This is a very intense game back and forth, and even when you're on the bench getting that rest that you need to get back on the ice with those fresh bodies, a break, just a mental break, is just so important for these guys, because on the bench you're still so tense and so into the game, but you just want to rest. So I think with timeouts, that's one of the beneficial things for this team.
Certainly think that was a timeout to get his team to get Virginia Tech some rest, which I understand. In a 7-1 game, I don't think it's that important though. But hey, you got a timeout, you may as well use it. 17 seconds to go, 4-on-4. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Shot. Looked like that was off the outside of the net. Here comes Virginia Tech. There's Andrew Calandra. He'll send that one off the boards. He's had a pretty eventful day. Scored a power play goal as the 4-on-4 comes to an end. Scored a power play goal and blocked a shot that he actually had to walk off on the side of the ice before being able to come back into the game. So we weren't sure if he was going to be able to make it back in. He did. Mazikowski works in behind the net. Sends it towards the net, and it's blocked. Here comes the Hokies the other way. Opportunity. And it's knocked away. Nice defensive play there from John Kochlenberg. Here comes Trevor Merchant into the corner. And it's going to be lost in the corner. There's Costigan. He'll lose it. Hokies the other way. 2-on-2 if they can spread out. They can. Now it's a 2-on-3. Shot deflected. And the Hokies will keep it in the zone. 2.5 minutes to go. NC State comes the other way. And another whistle. Can't tell what's going on down there.
Bit of a corner battle right now between the two teams.
It was a big hit from somebody. Not sure who it was. Probably John Kochlenberg, in all honesty, if he was over there.
He's played an aggressive game tonight. I've liked his game. It's just been very big, very physical. He's made a presence.
I believe it was Ian O'Rourke, actually, who laid that hit. Not John Kochlenberg. I just assumed it was Kochlenberg because he's just always trying to hit somebody. Shot snagged by Hall. When you score 7 goals, sometimes your work or the goalie can go underappreciated, but Joey Hall's been phenomenal. You know, we talked about Virginia Tech's struggle to score goals. That continues tonight, but it's not like they haven't had opportunities. Joey Hall's just been there every time.
Not at all. I think Joey Hall's played an outstanding game tonight, and if he can carry that same enthusiasm and energy into the rest of the games this weekend, NC State could be looking at a win.
No icing there. NC State takes over. Shot is blocked aside. Carlson has settled down here in the latter stages of the third period. There's Hayden Dewey. He's working behind the net. 1:42 to go, third period. NC State will move to 2-0 in the ACC, and they'll collect 3 points in their march towards the ACCHL tournament, which, you know, it was questionable at times last year whether NC State was going to make it because of the first semester and so many injuries. But anytime you can pick up 3 points like this, you know, NC State's certainly going to look to pick up 3 more points tomorrow and then 3 more points on Sunday. But anytime you can get 3 points like this against a Virginia Tech team, it's a good day.
Let's definitely take time to appreciate the NC State fans that are here tonight. It is fall break, so a lot of our students are home and definitely here tonight. There is a decent showing for a fall break, so it's definitely exciting to see the Wolfpack faithful here tonight.
90 seconds to go. Here come the Hokies. That one's deflected and Hall will cover up. 1:20 to go. So the Hokies will fall to 0-4. Obviously not the start that they're looking for. But they've played good teams. So, you know, it's not a bad team. Losing 4-1 to Liberty. Liberty is perennially one of the best teams in the entire country at this level. They also lost 6-2 to Rowan University, 6-2 to George Washington. NC State also lost to George Washington last weekend. 1:05 to go. So it's not to count the Hokies out after an 0-4 start here, because they can certainly turn it around. This is a good team, and I would not be surprised at all to see them in Charlottesville in February. That shot is high from Koeklenberg. Sent on net from Eric Johnston.
It's very rare, but that was a beautiful shot. That would have broken the glass. I don't know if the Iceplex actually has extra glass to replace that, and I don't know how long it'll take either. But nonetheless, a lot of times in professional hockey games, they do take a nice solid break to replace that glass. They have it available. But for club games like these, it's possible that they don't even have it at all.
45.9 seconds to go. Another good stop from Callison there. John Koeklenberg, excuse me, as you mentioned, he's an aggressive player. He shoots a lot. He hits a lot. He gets his money's worth. Here he is again, working ahead, finds Jimenez. Here's Eric Todd. Sam Banishevitz apparently has had enough today. When you score 4 goals, you can take a seat at the end of this game. The end of a 7-1 game. 13 seconds to go. Jimenez behind the net. Actually, that's not Jimenez. That's Ellis Rushford. Hokies work ahead. 4 seconds to go. And it goes behind the net, and that'll do it for us. NC State defeats Virginia Tech 7-1 here in the first game of the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. Zach, third period, more of the same. What did you see?
I think this was a crucial win for NC State, and it was defined mainly in this third period, and especially by that goal by Sam Banishevitz. I think the moment that I knew that this game was over and NC State won was when that goaltender mishandled the puck and gave it to Sam Banishevitz. That was a very defining goal, and a goal that really just set the game apart. So 7-1 NC State. Overall, I think NC State played their best game of the season.
Yeah, that's certainly not a wild proclamation. Sam Banishevitz is our player of the game, but we certainly want to give our kudos to Joey Hall and also Banishevitz mates along the first line, Eric Todd and Luis Jimenez. All those 4 guys played excellent games. NC State defeats Virginia Tech 7-1. We will be back with an interview with Coach Mike Gazzillo and also Sam Banishevitz here on PackTV.
Zach Sawai here for PackTV alongside Sam Banishevitz. So Sam, walk us through that goal right there that I thought that was beautiful in that period where he directly gave you the puck after Luis shot that. Could you just walk us through that?
You know, that's just kind of a lucky bounce. That never, ever happens. You know, usually it's the grinder goals that you get in the third period like that. But nope, the goalie came out probably when he shouldn't have, and Luis forechecked him perfectly. It was a backup goaltender, and, you know, so we knew he was cold. Didn't have a lot of time to warm up, so he just gave me the puck perfectly. I walked around him, had a wide open net. The defenseman trying to block it didn't get back in time, just was able to rifle it in there.
Now, obviously, last week's road trip was rough. So what was the general message for this team tonight? How crucial was this game to rebound from that pretty rough road trip last weekend?
Well, going into those last 2 games on the road trip, obviously you want to do good, but they are just exhibition games. They don't mean anything for playoff standings. These 3 games are the important games for the rest of the season. They matter for standings, so we knew coming into it, hey, these are ACC points on the line. We got to get this win. We knew Virginia Tech's a good team. They've always been a good team in the past. You know, we came out early, went up 2-0, 5-1, ended up the game 7-1. So, you know, we just knew going into this weekend, you know, it's for a good cause. It's for Stephen Russell. The Buckleys are big NC State fans for him. So we just knew going into it that we need to win this tournament.
And bouncing off that, you got the win tonight. So riding that momentum, what's the message? What's the strategy for this team going into the rest of this tournament?
Same thing. You know, we got to have good plays, smart plays, just like we did tonight. We played smart hockey for a whole game. I think that's the first time all season. You know, first game against Wake Forest, we struggled to play for a solid 60 minutes. Obviously, we still had a little bit of penalty trouble, and that's been an issue all season. We're going to work on discipline a little bit. But overall, I think, you know, we play the same way we just did tonight. We're going to be all right.
All right, Sam, thank you so much. And for PackTV, I'm Zach Salwaye, and soon Ethan will be back with Coach Mike Gazzillo here on PackTV.
Ethan Berry back here to wrap it up alongside Coach Mike Gazzillo. NC State defeats Virginia Tech 7-1 today. Coach, the 2 guys today, Sam Banishevitz, Joey Hall, they were both phenomenal. We just interviewed Sam here a minute ago, 4 goals on the day. But what did you see from Joey and how he was able to keep Virginia Tech from ever being able to get back into this game?
Yeah, I mean, he was tracking the puck real well. He was definitely playing. He was coming out. He was challenging. A lot of the little things that we talk about in practice that Alex goes over with him in practice. And, yeah, he definitely came to play, and he showed it tonight.
And your first line, as we mentioned, with Sam, Luis, and Eric Todd was phenomenal. Again, Banashevitz had 4 goals, and Todd and Jimenez both had one as well, I believe. What did you see from them that was able to lead you to victory?
But I mean, we talked about getting to the net, right? And that's what the guys were doing. Goals were coming from not from outside, but from guys going to the net. One shot turns into 2 or 3. If it doesn't go in and the goalie doesn't keep it, so just keep pressure on the goalie and just keep working the puck, and that's what they did, and it paid off for us.
Yeah, a 7-1 victory. It was a pretty complete victory. You played well in all 3 periods. But what's one thing from this game that you're going to look to improve on throughout the next couple of days in this tournament and then throughout the rest of the year?
I think the things that we talked about, you're doing well, so you don't want to go in and bring negative stuff in. But, there's always, little parts of the game you have to improve on. I think knowing our position off the draws, win or lose, everyone's got a job, and you got to know where you got to be. And so that's what I think we're going to have to work on.
Yeah, big 3 points here. You're 2-0 in the ACC. 3 points out of you've only got 7 games to work towards the ACCHL tournament. 3 points here. What are you going to look for in the next couple of days against Virginia, and Navy as you look to gain more points in your voyage, I guess, towards the ACCHL tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be do what we've done. I mean, if we keep playing like we played today, play a complete game, 3 periods, I think we're going to be fine. So there's not really a lot that we're going to change. We're just going to look to build on one game to the next, and I think we're going to be good.
All right, thanks, Coach. That'll do it for us here on PackTV. Signing off for Zach Selwye. I'm Ethan Barry. NC State defeats Virginia Tech 7-1. Thank you for watching on PackTV.